are back. My name is Trini C, and I have the honor of being here with the one and only
DJ D Mill on the set.
DJ D Mill on the set, live and direct in the building.
Hey, thanks for having me, Trini. I appreciate you having me in your space, sharing your platform. It's fantastic.
Man,
yeah.
Tell the world that doesn't know, because I'm sure there's a few people out there that don't know. Who is DJ Mill?
I'm a kid from the St. Paul area, the East Side to be direct.
East Side.
And I'm a DJ, a producer, a father, a vibe curator, an engineer.
Amazing husband.
Thank
I
you.
see your posts all the time with your wife, Kelly,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Big up Miss Kelly.
Yeah, shout out to Kels, man. She's my rock. And yeah, I'm all of that. And man, happy to be part of the Twin Cities community, honestly.
And man, shout out to you because like you are you're a huge part of our hip hop community. I just want to thank you for everything I see you do, that I don't see you do, that you continue to do throughout the years, because you've been holding it down. Like, no offense, you look very, very young, but like about 20 years. How long have you been in the industry?
Yeah, over 20 years.
20 years, right.
Professionally for 20.
Right.
I think we met in '99 at the P Family recording studio.
Right, that's right.
At the
Keep
P
you
Family.
bouncing,
Yeah.
keep you moving, grooving.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Yeah, we go way back.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Back when you were part of, what was the name of that group?
Stereotype.
Stereotype.
Yeah, I was the producer,
Yep.
DJ, kind of mastermind. That's my humble beginnings in the music industry,
Right.
producing records and
Right.
owning a record label. It was a lot of fun.
Right. It's interesting to see how we've progressed, because I was just doing that stuff for fun. I never was like, oh, I'm going to be a host one day. I'm going to be on TV. I'm going to be on radio. I'm going to be working with the Marleys. I was just like, okay, I'm here. I didn't even have my green card. I was here hanging out, visiting my aunt. And I love, I used to do events in Trini, and I love the industry. I don't even know how I got over to P Families.
Yeah.
Because I think it's like part of Red Sea or something. And
yeah, and there, they had the club downstairs,
Right.
and there was that underground element,
Right.
And we just put together a record organically,
Right.
and it was fun,
Right.
and had a nice little run doing the whole record label thing,
Right.
and my production company SP Style,
which is still here to this day.
Yes.
We all do a boat ride and everything. Yep.
Yes, we still do events,
Right.
and shout out to my brother Eddie. He was a big part of
Right.
my early beginnings.
Humble
And
beginnings.
yeah, we still do promotions. We still do events. We threw a few concerts this year. We do our annual boat party in St. Paul. Getting ready.
autism event?
Yep. We do some give back stuff. A few charity events. 10th annual Hip Hop for Autism happened last year.
Nice. 10th.
Yeah.
Just, 10th. And isn't it crazy? Sometimes you're like, I don't realize it until the Facebook memories hit. Like, oh my gosh, like, I did that. Like, oh, we did that. They did that. Like, yeah.
Yeah, and it's great. I mean, to build it and
Right.
and then see
Right.
what it can do, and particularly with the autism thing, just because it is something that the community needs as far as the give back awareness.
The awareness. Yes.
We've probably raised about $150,000
Shout out to you.
over the 10 years.
So at least 15 a year, like
yeah,
that, or if not
yeah,
more.
yeah,
That
yeah.
you know of, probably.
Sure,
And
yeah.
then just the awareness of probably people giving to other events and spreading the word.
Yeah, spreading the word, and
Right.
and that goes directly back into our community.
Right.
So, yeah.
So what has been 20 plus years in the industry? How did you start? Were you just like a little kid? We got some tables down in the room, or like let's just try this, and that's how it started, or like?
It's kind of a crazy story. I'll try to break it down quick. But when I was a young youth.
Youths. I am like a youths back in the day.
Yeah, my older brother was a b-boy, and he
Right.
was part of the original like hip hop culture in the Twin Cities.
Nice.
Wild Style Breakers.
Nice.
And he got that bug in me.
Right.
And fast forward a few years later, he passed away in a car accident.
Oh man.
And I was a teenager. And when I turned 18 years old, my parents had put that money into a trust.
Nice.
And I got the money from the trust. And
Shout out your parents.
Yeah, they were very smart for that. Shout out to
Wow.
my stepdad. Rest in
Right.
peace to Bill,
Right.
because he was the GOAT for that.
But even just having the bandwidth, like losing
Yeah.
their baby, to even keep it going that way, right?
So my brother and I, my other brother,
Right.
Eddie, and I got the trust. It was about $5,000, and I took all of my money and I bought turntables,
Look at you.
amp, speakers.
Nice.
And by the time I was out of high school, I was in business.
And you were your own business.
Doing parties, playing at the U of M. Next year later, I was in Minneapolis at First Avenue, and it just went on and on from there, you know.
Yeah. Just a kid from the east side with a little startup money, thank God to your brother and his parents.
Yeah.
And look at you now.
Yo, it was.
Taking none of it for granted.
I feel like it was a gift that my brother
You
gave
know
me.
it's a gift, yeah.
And at that time, you know, we spun vinyl, we spun records. So
Vinyl, I love vinyl. It's,
Yeah.
it's a huge hit again. Notice
yeah, so I inherited my brother's great taste
Right.
for one. So he had all the R&B records, all the rap records from the '90s, and inherited his records, and I inherited my mom's Motown records. So I mean, when I say I was in business, I was in business.
Right.
But I had to learn the craft,
Yes.
and you know, I started at the
And you
bottom.
gotta respect the craft,
yeah.
right, yeah.
Started at the bottom like everybody
Yeah,
else.
nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, we talk about a little bit about the dancing in the hip hop and the elements of hip hop. What is, you know, my son is a crumper, and I'm always learning about hip hop, right?
Fire.
Because I'm more into the dancehall and the reggae and the calypso and soca. I gotta ask questions. What has been your hardest thing? And I know we only got a minute and a half, and we can keep on going after that. To have accomplished within the hip hop genre of music.
It was early on. It was just acceptance of
Yes.
of being a person of not color in a game of that. You know, respect to everybody that came before me, and
Right.
I think that if you're really about it and you want to show people that you're about it and you do it and you live it and
Right.
you live by those actions, you can earn people's
And
respect.
you respect, like you said, and you respect it. Yes.
And that was the hardest thing, you know,
Right.
just kind of getting started, getting on my own feet. And I'll tell you one thing: if there's anybody who's watching this and wondering if they can do it, yes, you can do it. You have to create your own lane. You have
Period.
to. You can't be worried about what everybody else is doing. It is a copycat culture, but you know, be your
everything nowadays,
yeah,
especially with social media.
But you could still be yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Without completely like ripping off somebody else.
Yes. All right, we're gonna go to break real quick. But how do people find you on the World Wide Web if they're looking for you?
For sure. Everywhere at DJ DMIL 1L, at DJ D Mill, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, all that.
We'll be right back.
My name is Indigo the Siren, and when I'm in the Twin Cities, I watch On Stage Live on Hip Hop Nation, brought to you by First World TV.
And we're back. We are back. Again, I'm here with DJ D Mill in the building. SP Style, all of that. East Side representing. He was just last night playing a truck part so in the St. Paul neighborhood, all over the Twin Cities, and I'm sure all over the world doing his thing. Before we went to break, he was talking about, you know, being who he is and being accepted within the culture. I want to say I can relate to that because as a Trini, going into the Jamaican culture,
Yeah.
doing dance hall, I wasn't even, you know, I was just like, I want to do a dance hall queen, and I'm Caribbean, so
Sure.
you know, all the music is a big part of Trinidad. There's a lot of Jamaicans within Trinidad, but I remember here in the Twin Cities, Jamaicans calling me out like, you don't know our culture, you don't know this, you know, and basically I had to earn that respect.
Yeah.
But also I think once they realize like, I just don't do industry. I do a lot of give back for Jamaica.
Yeah.
I'm part of a lot of boards and stuff. They realize like, yo, man, she not only does she respect the craft, she respects everything about the gifts and the blessings that we have to be in these moments. So we talked about one of the things that you accomplished. Have you had the honor to be in elements where young people run up to you and be like, oh my gosh, I know who you are, I love your music, like,
Yeah,
I
definitely.
love your style of how you do music, how you play music, yeah.
Definitely. You know, I spent a lot of time on radio, and shout out to the different people that helped me get into those lanes. Shout out to Mr. Peter Parker. Shout out
Parker.
DJ Bonix.
Right.
And, you know, when I really got into radio, starting with B96, then there's
B96.
oh man, B96 is the bomb.
Brother Jules was on B96 too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Rest
Respect
in peace.
the DJs.
Yo,
Yes.
rest in peace to Jules,
Man.
because he was one of my major influences.
Influencers.
Yeah,
So
but
humble.
you know, when you hear people's names on the radio, and then when they actually see you, you know, and they're like, "Hey, oh man, I thought you were black." People used to always come up to me and say that to me. But
My cavity might be no.
yeah. But you know, when people come up to you and they see you and they want to take a picture with you and things like that, that's what being on the radio did, and
Right.
it was always humbling, and
Right.
it was something I never ever
Yeah.
took for granted.
And it's interesting because you're on the radio, not in front of camera. But when I was on KMOJ, man, I mean, I'd be out with my kids, and people would just be like, "Oh my God, it's Trinity C," and I'm like, "How do these people even?"
Yeah.
Because I was on the ice and not the know the
Sure.
main station, and like we said, you're behind the mic doing what you do, and then it's like, how do people even know? But it was transforming. It was also like, I just want to go to the grocery store with my hair in a bun. And
Yeah.
nobody know me, but yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to inspire people, and you know, just to interact with people. You know, like you were talking about my wife earlier. You know, sometimes we would go into Target, and she'd be like, "I'm not doing a meet and greet at Target
Period.
today."
Period. I know. My youngest stopped going to the store with me. Because he
Walking
was
through.
he was in the what is it, Champs or something, and somebody
He
ran
felt
up.
like,
Yeah, and then they're like, and he was like, "Mom, can you just not post me anymore?" And I was like, "What?" And so I respected his wishes, but yeah. We're not doing a meet and greet just to get some toilet paper and some Windex. It's
some
not
juice,
happening.
right?
Yeah.
For real.
But I mean, also that's like when people do, I think too, when people come up to us, that means we are making an impression, and they're not, they value what we're doing. And I think when we do this stuff, we're just so fast track and doing it, we forget that we are being seen, most importantly heard and
Yeah.
appreciated, right?
Yeah, I think that's a major thing.
Right.
Just feeling that energy back, and you give it and it comes back, and it's
Right.
not just a take.
Right.
You do have to give, and that's
Yeah.
another thing I learned when I was on radio, particularly like on B96.
They did a lot of giving.
And Go 95.
Yeah.
Go 95. We did a lot of giving, and I got involved with like Salvation Army and different organizations like that, where they actually like bridge the gap between people that need help and get help, and
Right.
help people pay their rent.
Yep.
And I'm part of another charity. I've been doing it every year. It's called Down for the Challenge.
Nice.
And that's where we go scale down the building like Spider-Man,
Oh.
from like
I'll
a
watch.
12-story building, and
I think I've
raise
seen
money.
you post a couple years about that.
Yeah. So I've done that 4 years in a row,
God bless
and
you.
we've probably raised like $75,000 for
Nice.
Salvation
Yeah.
Army. So that's another
Yeah.
charity. And it's not like I'm not coming on here and trying to say like do all these
No,
charities.
it's just that it's important to do other,
Yeah.
to take what we have and use it as a gift, and not just. We don't just do this because we want to look good in front of the camera. We do this because we want to do it, and because we've been blessed with the space to do it, right?
Absolutely, and
And-
that's what
yeah.
you're supposed to do with your
Yeah.
platform.
Right.
You take your platform, and it's not like every time you get on your platform you
Right.
can do that.
Right.
But when you have an opportunity to
Right.
give back, then you do.
Yes, and that's been my vision with this show is how do I make sure, number one, everybody in our community is seen and heard, because there's so many of you guys that do so much. And I know you from the entertainment industry,
Yep.
but there is a person behind that brand,
Yeah.
right? There is a father, there is
Yep.
there is a husband, there is
Yeah.
a son,
Yeah.
there is a person that's grieving the loss of losing a loved one. There is
Yeah.
somebody like, should I
Yeah.
pay rent today or should I do my car payment? Like, we're still human beings at the end of the day. We still go to the restroom, we still get up and hopefully brush our teeth and take a shower and still have to do the majority of what everybody else does.
Yeah.
And so on that note, what would you tell the kids that look like you that are interested in getting into being a DJ, being a speaker, being a influencer?
Whew. Well, I would say definitely, it's driven a lot by social media and everything these days. But I would say learn the craft, learn what you're going to get into, do your homework, do the work, okay? So there's no way to go from A to B
Right.
to C,
Right.
without going A, B, C.
CD. Yeah. You got to
know,
go through
you-
the 1, 2, 3s or the or the alphabet.
Yeah,
Yeah. Right.
you gotta do the work.
Yep.
Don't be afraid to invest into yourself. I think that I see a lot of artists that don't invest in themselves, and then I see artists that do, and they make the difference.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't necessarily have to be the best at what you do to be really good at what you do,
Right.
and to be competitive and be in the mix,
Yeah.
so to speak. You don't
Yeah.
have to be the man
Right.
to be the man.
Yeah, be your authentic self.
Or a woman.
Right. I think one of the other things too is it's okay to make mistakes. It's just don't make a habit of it, right?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
well, you have to make mistakes,
You
all
have
right?
to.
Because you have to try.
Right.
You have to get up and, fumble the ball maybe before you catch it.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah.
It's okay to fumble the ball. And there's no I in team, right?
Don't fumble the bag, though.
Yeah. Big ups, don't fumble the bags.
No,
Don't
no,
fumble the bag.
no fumbling the bag.
We'll ask it again, but any big ups currently?
Big ups, everybody checking in, everybody tapping in. Shoot me a DM, follow at DJDMIL.
Perfect. We'll be right back after this moment. And we're back. It's been such an amazing morning / going into the afternoon with these talented human beings that live in our Twin Cities and continue to do what they do and put in the hard work, whether it is being a chef, a parent, and or risking it all some days to be out here and put in this community. So I've asked everybody what's coming up. I want to know what the 411 is. What you got coming up in 2025 that you want to share with us?
Okay, so I'm not sure when this show is going to air,
Probably in
but
about 3 weeks.
okay,
Yep.
I do have this will be post New Year's, but I will be off the celebration of hopefully sold out New Year's Eve event. And
Is that a Palm Grove?
nope, it is at the Union,
Oh,
and
okay.
all 3 levels, and I will be on the rooftop.
This is your own event.
Yes,
Look
yeah,
at you.
we're hosted every year. DJ Newski will be on the main floor. Peace Boy in the
Nice.
lounge
I gotta
downstairs.
get him on the show. I love Peace
Yo,
Boy.
Peace
Yeah.
Boy's a vibe.
Yep.
So, we got all the vibes happening.
Yep.
Do that party annually.
Thank you, because there's not a lot downtown anymore.
Oh, downtown
There's-
is rough.
I mean, the Twin Cities, there's no spots. But anyways, yes. What else you got going on?
Yeah, looking forward to doing more traveling in 2025. This year, I hit some other markets. I hit Chicago for the first time in a long time. I
Nice.
banged out a weekend down there.
Yeah.
I did London Rooftop.
Nice.
I
I got some connects there because we do
Oh.
Shy Party weekend. So just let me know.
I
Yep.
shall.
Yeah.
I shall. Hoping
Yeah.
hoping to hit Chicago again this summer. Just hit San Diego in November.
Yeah.
Did a club out there. Vegas and yeah. Oh, I love the Cali.
I love
vibe.
Cali.
I love the Cali
Yeah.
vibe. So next year, hopefully, getting into more travel. New York City's on the list.
Nice.
I got some homies in Connecticut. Hopefully Philly and Florida, and then maybe back to Vegas.
Nice.
And
We
bring
sound
in-
like we're like yin yang in different places, but yeah. I just came back from Philly, man. I hadn't been there in 10 years, but just beautiful, especially the reading market.
That's
Just
what's up.
gorgeous, yes.
That's what's up. That's
So
what's
yeah,
up.
so I'm glad you got the plans laid out and stuff. Who is your favorite artist right now? It doesn't matter what genre, but who's your favorite artist right now?
Right now, I think that Kendrick is just crushing it.
Meh.
Oh man,
And you know I'm a Canadian. I love my Drake, but I'm gonna give props where props is due.
I
Yeah.
feel bad for Drake, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't feel bad for Drake at
Drake
all.
is good, man. From
He
back
is
in the
good.
grassy days, he's all right. Yeah, he's fine.
He's great, but
Yeah.
I must admit, I'm more of a song-driven DJ than
Yeah.
I am an artist-driven
Yeah.
DJ. But I love what J. Cole does. I love that he just celebrated the Forest Hills 10th anniversary,
Right. And
he
I
did
can't
a
believe
big
that 10 years
show.
already. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did a big show with that
Yeah.
at Madison Square Garden. I think that was really cool. I love the one-offs of like where it's not just the tour run.
Yes. There's just a pop up almost.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
that's fire.
And now, what about favorite female hip hop artist?
Glow. Glorilla. Glorilla's
Really?
the artist.
Yes?
Yeah. Yo,
Okay.
Memphis. I mean, that's where I gotta
Yeah.
go. Shout out to my brother DJ Bay from the Shadyville DJs. But Memphis, I will see you.
Right.
Memphis coming to you
Yeah.
this year. But yeah, Glorilla's just so hot. You know, she's just cut from the cloth, and you just realize like how you hear that raw energy in her.
And she's well put together too. You know what I mean? Like she just there's just a femininity to her that I love because
What about you? Who are you like vibing with? I mean, you know, the female rap scene is just so crazy.
I
right
mean,
now.
my fave is gonna be Nicki probably because she's a
sure.
Trini all day long.
Yeah,
Nicki
yeah.
Minaj. But no, I love Nicki from day one. I also loved Foxy. She was a Trini too.
Oh, yeah.
She just hasn't done anything new in a while. I am big Queen Latifah. We had MC Light here for Rondo Days.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that was amazing just to be beside her. She actually got chauffeured in my Denali. I was like, oh,
wow.
she ran my track. I'm still an old school that way as far as authentic. When it comes to the males, I am Snoop Dogg all day long.
Yeah.
But what I love about Snoop is not just the craft of him doing music. It's just everything else that he continues to do. He does put his family, you know, to the forefront with whatever his daughters do, his wife, all of that. So I really love Snoop. Up and coming or that's just come up. I love Kendrick, but I'm also a Rod Wave, believe it or not. I love
okay.
me some Rod Wave because I feel like he really was really brave to lean into his emotions, talk about depression, just talk about what some of these young people are going through. And I have young ones that I've helped raise from 36 or ones that I've birthed from 25 to 20. So there's a lot that gets played in my house, all different types of music.
A lot of Rod Wave.
And when they get in my car, they're like, why do you got that on your playlist?
Sad boy vibes.
Right. There's also a lot of Trini artists that are coming up. Lady Lava in the dancehall, in the soca community is big right now.
Okay.
Nalia Blackman, Kess.
Yeah.
Kess is outstanding. So, so I mean, I love music. I love country music. I'm still a Celine Dion fan. Like, I shout out to her coming back this year and giving her health together. But we could go on and on about favorite artists. Anne Marie. I don't know if you remember Anne Marie and Kenny Rogers.
We were talking about Vibes Cartel. He's out. He's the
out and he's
king.
Free. I just canceled my trip to go see him, but I will see him. He's gonna play all over. He's out and he's free and he's gonna stay that way.
He needs to come here.
Yeah, it's on his list, and so I'll probably do it. I'll let him get seasoned back into the market. But shout out to everybody who will be in Jamaica going to that show New Year's Eve. So leave us with drop some jewels before you go. Tell us whatever you want to say. It's your
Keep an eye out. I am developing, hopefully, this festival, Smoke and Chill. And this is going to be a smoke-friendly, vibey event with DJs, curators. Been running this party. They were like pop-ups all summer, doing them at various rooftops. And been building a brand off of it. So looking forward into next year. Hopefully, you know, we get the Smoke and Chill Festival in the Twin Cities. And just continuing to do what I do. I love, you know, still being inspired to DJ, create, be in the studio, still making records, still working with artists, all that, you know. So I just have to do the DJ D-Mill things. And, you know, big shots to my crew, Shadyville DJs. And thanks, Trini, for having me today.
Man, thank you. Like I said, I never imagined 20-something years later we would be still alive, blessed to be in spaces where we are able to make a difference and just do some of the things that we love to do. So shout out to you. Shout out to you for showing up, showing out. For representing, for walking into spaces where sometimes you probably feel like, am I welcome? Am I, you know, because I'm sure as a man that is not a person of color coming into scenes that is dominated by people of color, it can be intimidating. And I just want to say, I mean, there's a lot of people watching you and I respect you and keep doing what you're doing. And I know about a festival grant that I can connect you with after that.
We're going to build.
But hey, everybody, we'll see you 2025. Thank you. One love.
Peace.
Peace. I'm a